Hi guys, today we're going to do our project on Mister Seahorse. First, you're going to find something to create a texture in your house. For me, I used tissue paper, but you can find any kind of paper or scraps or anything that we can rip and crumple to make a really cool texture. First, I'm ripping the paper. Yes, I'm ripping paper. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop it all up and I'm going to crumple the paper too. Next, I'm going to glue all of these textured pieces onto my paper. Remember, just a little line or dot of glue will be enough. Once you've secured down all of your pieces of paper with glue, go let it dry. Then you're going to make plant outlines with crayon. I'm just making the outlines because I'm going to do texture rubbings on the inside. Because this is going to be a watercolor resist, I'm going to take my white crayon, make circles that are going to look like bubbles underwater. They're going to show up as soon as I put watercolor paint on top of them. Next, I'm going to find something to make a texture for my plants. It could be the bottom of your shoe, it could be something rough that you find outside, sandpaper, bark of a tree, but for me, I'm using a texture plate that I already had available. I'm taking the side of my crayon and rubbing along with the texture underneath my paper, and you can see that it's starting to show up on my plants. Once you've finished the texture rubbing, then you're ready for watercolor. I have my water. I'm going to swish my brush, tap it on the side, and then I'm going to tickle the paint. I am not going to scoop the paint because I need a lot of water and just a little bit of paint. Otherwise, it gets really sticky like honey, and I don't want that. Notice how I'm holding my brush right at the end of it rather than at the top and that danger zone where I'd get paint on my fingers. Also, you might notice I'm adding water to my paper. I'm gently getting some blue paint and adding it to the water and watching it dance around on my paper. Remember, you're going to be extremely gentle with your paintbrush. Make sure not to scrub it. It's not a toilet brush or a toothbrush. We want to make sure that the bristles stay upright and happy. You may also notice I'm going right over what I already did with crayon because this is a watercolor resist. Because the crayons are made of wax, it is resisting the water from the paint, so it does not bother it when I go over it with watercolor. Go ahead and let this dry. Once your texture paper is dry, you're going to take it out, you're going to flip it over, and you're going to start drawing your seahorse. Now I'm going to use a marker so you can see it, but you should use pencils so you can erase. First, I'm going to do a curve for the top of the seahorse's head. It looks like a rainbow. Next, I'm going to do a horizontal line that goes straight out from the curve, with a little bump at the end to make the seahorse's nose. Next, I'm going to do a horizontal line that goes back towards the body of the seahorse. And then I'm going to do a big curve. One for the belly, around the bottom and to the back of the tail. Next, I'm going to add a line, and I'm going to do another curved line going back the other way to finish the tail and go up the spine of my seahorse. Next, carefully, I'm going to cut out all of my lines so I have my seahorse shape. When my painting is dry, I am then going to take my seahorse and glue it down. I'm going to put the glue on the white side of my paper to show the texture on the outside. Finally, I'm going to take some of my extra paper and I'm going to cut out shapes to make spikes or fins. So to make the spikes, I make little tiny triangles, and then there's one fin on the bottom that I can make a trapezoid for. At the end, I'm going to add one eye to the side of the seahorse. Make sure to upload your projects. Miss you!